I'm Tulio Miranda, and I'm here once again to help you with your proficiency in English. So today we are supposed to discuss a little about the problem of students who use many times the expression to talk about. This is another video that is supposed to help you expanding your vocabulary and improve your academic English. Alright, so in examinations such as TOEFL and IELTS, many times the students are required to report ideas from either a text or a lecture, and they are going to produce expressions such as the lecturer talked about, the passage talks about, and as you can see, and you probably have already felt that, you always over-repeat the expression to talk about. And to help us doing something more accurate, preparing a text or producing a discourse that is more accurate and many times even more beautiful because of the different range of words that you are able to use, I'll bring you now 4 suggestions, expressions, actually verbs, to replace with, alright? So let's start with one, to claim that, alright? To claim that is used to provide an argument, a point of view, an opinion, and one example we could have is the professor claimed that the factory's pollution is one of the main causes of climate change, right? Our second option would be to discuss, and we use discuss to talk about something in detail, many times in terms of analysis or debate. So, for instance, we would have a sentence that is the author discussed the many causes of economic crisis in Europe, all right? Our third answer is, let's say, mention. Mention is a little different from discuss because when we mention, we talk about that, we bring that thing to the conversation, but we do it briefly. We don't talk very much about the thing, especially in detail. We don't go to much detail in that, all right? So, to use an example, to give an instance as for mention, we would say that the professor mentioned the Cold War during the class, or mentioned the Cold War as an example, all right? In the fourth option, as a fourth option, we would have to refer to. It is used to have something as a reference, to make a connection to that, or to that specific subject that is referred to. Okay, so as an example, we could say the professor referred to the theory of cognitive dissonance many times during the lecture. Okay, so as you can see, and I tried to show you in this video, we actually have more academic expressions for what you often say talk about. And for each suggestion I've made, you could see that I always referred to the shades, the nuances in meaning that you can find for each expression in comparison to the expression to talk about. So as you can see, any advanced student is going to be able to use many words, but he is always aware of these many variations that we have. And make sure that you keep practicing. I think it's very interesting if you stop doing this for the next days, you stop using talk about, especially when you are trying to write your essays, and especially discussing in English with your friends, debating ideas with your friend. Try to stop yourself from using to talk about, and think of these 4 suggestions I have just given you, and keep practicing, keep repeating, because this is one of the key elements for the success in developing your language or achieving a real level of proficiency in English. Alright, so if you like this video, please like it, leave a comment, mention your friends, share it as well, and don't forget to keep challenging yourself. And I see you next.